So what's the trick to building rapport with your audience? I mean, you know you need to have rapport. You know you need to get them to like you. So what's the trick?
How'd you do that?
I see that success is not something you pursue. It is something you are.
All right, so I'm going to tell you a really cool trick for you to get the audience to like you more. And what it is, it's really simple. If you look at all the speakers, all the great speakers, all the top presenters, you'll notice every single one of them do this. I mean, every single one, because it works. And the trick to getting people to like you, to building rapport, is one word: identification. They need to identify with you. They need to essentially say, yep, he's right. I mean, that's essentially what you're doing. And what you do is you tell people what they already know. And I remember reading a long time ago in copywriting, someone said, I can't remember who, but the person said, if you can describe the problem better than they can, they will feel like you have the solution. And so if you watch all the great speakers, all the great presenters, you'll notice that they all say things that people already believe, and they just describe it in a better way. So people say like, oh yeah, this guy's freaking brilliant. My goodness, this must be Benji Bruce. And so what you're essentially doing, you're really just describing their problem. So let me give you an example. If you're talking with a person who's like 50 and up, like an older person or something, here's what you would say. You'd say something like, you're getting to the age where you're looking back at your life and you're thinking that you're too old to start something new, but you can kick those kids' ass, those youngins right now. You can kick their ass. Kids nowadays, they're lazy. They just don't know. They don't know what it's like. They don't know the hard work that you did when you were growing up. They don't know any of that. They don't even know what the freaking phone book is. And so you're saying all this to a person older, an older person, and they're thinking like, yeah, man, these kids are lazy, man. Every single one of them, they don't get it. And then on the other hand, if I was talking to someone younger, I'd say things like, look, man, you're at that age where you can just do so much. I mean, you know you can change the world. You have an advantage over the older generation because you're not stuck in your old ways like they are. I mean, you can master the technology faster than them. And although they think you're dumb, although they think you're lazy, deep down, you know that you're smarter. You know that you can work hard, and they just don't give you credit for it. And so by saying those things to each crowd, the older generation, the younger generation, both of them are thinking like, yeah, man, he's right. The older people like, yeah, those youngins are lazy. The younger people are thinking like, oh, they have no idea. I'm not lazy. I'm smarter than what they say. Oh, these guys. And so if you can describe their problem better than they can, they will feel like you have a solution. They will feel like you identify with them. And so this is why with a lot of speakers, a lot of presenters, they tend to look for the lingo in terms of, if I'm talking with salespeople, I'm talking about pipeline, I'm talking about SDR, I'm talking about all this stuff because that identifies with them. Whereas if I'm talking with another group, I'm going to use different words, different lingo, and all that stuff. So really, if you want to build rapport with your audience, think in terms of what are the problems, what's going on inside of their brain, and then you sit down, you try to describe that as best as possible, and then you include that in the presentation. So that's how you build rapport like a boss.